Hello boys and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while. I'm really trying to work on my schedule here. I'm working as hard as I can, but I have a fun one today. So this one has actually been suggested more than you would think. A little bit, not saying you guys have problems, but this one is like one of the most requested videos I've gotten. And if this were to happen in real life, this would be one of the bloodiest, most horrible wars to ever be fought. And we can do some more videos on this in the future if we want to expand on it, but just today we are going to be taking Europe, dividing it by religion, and making all of those teams free-for-all against each other. Now we're in Millennium Dawn, so we're in the year 2000. I could do a 1936 version of it as well, or a 1940 version of it as well. That could be pretty fun, but I could also go ahead and do a world version, or if we wanted to do like Europe and Africa, that would be pretty fun too, because there's a lot of Christian countries in Africa, as well as all the Muslim countries in Africa, which could make Islam more of a real team instead of sort of the tiny underdog that we just threw in the bottom. But yeah, of course we have Islam in the bottom. It's actually led by Azerbaijan. I wanted it to be led by Turkey, but all the colors were just way too similar, so I switched up Turkey and made it purple. So now it's all run by Azerbaijan. Orthodox is obviously run by Russia, Catholic is run by Italy, and Protestant is run by Germany, because that's where the Protestant Revolution took place. Also, as you can see, I annexed a lot of countries to Nepal because I wanted to make sure that these guys were basically isolated. I could do North Africa too, but I don't think that's really going to matter. Well, I probably should, just in case any of these guys want to join one of these factions. Alright, I'll annex all this stuff to Nepal. Alright, now they're a little bit more isolated. I annexed Canada and Mexico as well. I just want to make sure that there's as little outside intervention as possible. So let's go over the battlegrounds. There's actually a pretty interesting battleground that's going to take place on the island of Cyprus. Orthodox versus Islam, with Northern Cyprus versus the Southern Cyprus, or just normal Cyprus. Although it is going to be weird on Cyprus's side, because Cyprus is on the Orthodox team, but it has British troops stationed there, which are on the Protestant team, and to the north there are Northern Cyprus troops, which are on the Islam team. So we have 3 teams on this tiny island that only has 2 states, and actually only 2 provinces too. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens. So it's probably going to come down to Orthodox versus Catholic, just because Protestant in Europe just doesn't have the foothold it needs. All these countries, even though it looks like there's a lot of space here that they're holding, they don't really have the strength. I mean, what they'll probably do is they'll probably act as some sort of barrier on this side to help squish Poland in between them, but I don't really see Protestant lasting for that long. Catholic, on the other hand, is probably going to do pretty well. Protestant will probably survive up here in like Iceland and England for a while, but it's probably going to come down to Orthodox versus Catholic, but we'll see. And of course, as I've said before, we can add more countries in another video if we wanted to add like North Africa and the rest of Africa as well. That could be pretty fun. I was also thinking about cutting off Russia, so it's only the Europe part of Russia, and all of this just gets annexed to Nepal. But let me know in the comments what you want to see, and we can probably put it together. So it's come to my attention that I probably should have made Catholic run by Vatican City. A little too late for that though, I'm sorry. It's just going to be Italy for now. And really quick before we start this battle, I'd like to thank all my patrons: Cody Venturini, Infinitum Gamer, Jeremy Houston, Paxis, Rodney, and Samuel Bjornsson. Thank you everyone for becoming a patron and supporting the channel. And if you would like to support the channel, support the videos that you like to see on this channel, make sure to go check out the Patreon link in the description and consider a pledge. Alright, I've just declared all the wars. Let's see how the game is gonna react to this. Okay, they're all gonna call on their stuff. Hopefully this all works how I want it to, because sometimes turn the AI back on and boom. Okay, they're just leaving the factions. Shit. That's not what I want. Alright, so they're finally all battling it out. It took me a little while to get them actually all rolling, because a lot of them wanted to, you know, leave their factions and join other stuff. The only one I couldn't get to actually join the faction was Slovenia, so Slovenia doesn't get to take part in the Catholic party. They're just going to get killed off by him instead. But yeah, they're still calling in everybody, so there won't be battles on certain areas, won't have certain battles. And I did actually Civil War Switzerland because of how evenly divided it was between Protestant and Catholic. It looks like the Protestant side won, but it left the faction. So Switzerland is again neutral. Okay, Tajikistan joined Orthodox, but there's no way it's joining the fight, so that's fine. Slovenia joined Islam. Interesting. Interesting choice. So looking over at Germany, if we can get past some of these notifications for a second, we can actually see the real battlefields if we look like this. Poland has pushed quite into Germany. It looks like they've already taken Berlin. Germany's getting squished really hard right now. Oh, Romania has capitulated Hungary, a Catholic country. So the Orthodox are pushing in. The Orthodox are doing pretty good over here in Poland, actually. Lithuania is actually Catholic, and they're surrounding them. Latvia and Estonia are Protestant, and it looks like Estonia is doing pretty good, but Latvia is not. We'll have to see how well Russia can spread their troops. Sweden has made a landing in northern Poland too. That's pretty interesting. Also, Bosnia with Islam is doing pretty good. They've taken quite a bit of Croatia. I think they have a lot of divisions. They're just pretty bad divisions. And I guess if I was Bosnia, I'd really be hoping that Albania would join the war soon and help. So Poland's gonna die, which is good for Germany, but also bad because then the Russians are gonna come again. Also, did Estonia took Leningrad, or as we would call it, St. Petersburg nowadays. The youngsters call it. Also, Islam's not doing too bad over here in the Caucasus. Azerbaijan and Chechnya have taken quite a bit. They still have to fight Georgia and Armenia. Azerbaijan is pretty good though with all its tank. A long time ago we did a video where we had the Caucasus countries just all battle it out, and Azerbaijan won almost every time because of their tanks. Wow, Romania is doing super good. It looks like Poland capitulated, so the Catholics are capitulating quite a bit. A lot of them have been capitulating off, but that doesn't mean that they're weak. That just means that they have quite a lot of territory that they were trying to cover that I don't think they were able to. Wow, Belarus was given control over Latvia and Lithuania. Okay. And Finland is resisting Russia again. Also Estonia, even though they did take St. Petersburg, looks like they are on their deathbed now. Go back to the religion map mode so we can really see the borders. Islam has done a great job. Look at this. They capitulated both Georgia and Armenia. So down in the Caucasus and the sort of Russia's big old foot down here. I don't know what to call it. It definitely has a name. They've done extremely well. They did lose Constantinople / Istanbul though. So it might have been renamed by now if it's under control of the Greeks. I'm not too sure. Okay, it is under control of the Greeks, so it's probably been renamed. The Protestants continue to get squished further and further north. With Germany, it's still holding on to Berlin and stuff and quite a bit of the north. I don't think the Netherlands has joined the war. I know England has. I think a lot of them still haven't been called in certain areas. Also, Albania seems to have joined and took a tiny bit of Greece. But Bosnia is definitely at the end of their expansion. They're getting now squished by the Catholics. Okay, Italy has been navally invaded by some Orthodox countries. We'll have to check what those are. Looks like Greece. Okay, that makes sense. So Greece is retaking its Phoenician colonies, coastal colonies along the Mediterranean. That would be really bad for Catholic if Italy capitulated, being their faction leader. I think France is probably the strongest faction, or strongest country in the faction, but it would really be a hard blow. I'm pretty sure most of these guys are majors, so they wouldn't die. Oh my god, look at Chechnya. Jeez. They're almost at Volgograd, or maybe they already took it. I can't really tell. Oh yeah, it's right there. So they're just around it. Also, Yugoslavia seems to be reestablishing itself fairly well with the addition of most of Croatia and quite a bit of Bosnia. The Orthodox countries are really threatening Italy now. They've crossed into Italy's eastern border. I think the British had to retake Gibraltar and then invade, and look at what they just did to Spain. Germany is still holding on up there. I don't know how they're doing it. I guess one good thing for Germany is that France is being pushed out of Germany, but the bad thing about that is it's not the Germans pushing them out, it's the Russians. And the Russians are just as much of an enemy as France is. So it's not really that great of a deal. But the Netherlands looks like they have joined the war, and they've conquered Belgium and Luxembourg. Belgium is still resisting, but it's not looking too good for them. The Netherlands could probably turn the tide if they were to capitulate Belgium really quick and then surprise France like this, kind of. Except they'll probably just get cut off here in a sec. Hey Germany, that border looks kind of familiar. What are you doing there, buddy? And there's been a D-Day landing by the UK into France as well. The Protestants are really trying to make a comeback over here in the west so that they can face the east. It seems like Islam is actually a real problem for Orthodox, which is really strange because they were definitely the weakest faction, but they have taken a lot of southern Russia, and they're poking into Ukraine as well. This could be sort of the straw that breaks Russia's back. Imagine if Russia and Orthodox capitulated to Islam. That'd be really crazy. All right, boys, I was just gone for a little while. I had to leave the house and do some stuff. But we're going to continue the game. And wow, look at Chechnya. It just doesn't stop, does it? They're more than halfway to Moscow. Chechnya is. And even though Russia is winning in Europe at large, this is a real threat to them. They probably should stop this. Like, they should probably more prioritize the Islam threat over conquering Europe right now, at least. Also looks like there's been another Orthodox landing in Italy. This time it has been Sicily, and the entire island is almost taken already. Palermo is still standing against Ukraine, which is the one that landed, but most of the island has fallen. And if you look at that, Yugoslavia has almost entirely reformed or gained its territory, besides Macedonia and Slovenia. Ukraine has sort of gained a Polish territory. Romania just has tons of new land now that includes all of Hungary, Slovakia, a ton of Austria, Slovenia, and northern Italy, and it's reaching all the way into France. But for the most part, the Balkans are at peace, which is kind of funny because if you'd expect war to be somewhere, it'd be in the Balkans, but there is only one front, and that's Albania and the Orthodox guys. I'm not sure why they're not fighting. Albania has taken a little tiny piece of Greece. I like that. And it looks like sort of the last of the Catholic countries are starting to get toppled. The Protestant and the Orthodox are kind of working together while fighting each other to take out Catholic. The UK has just made a little landing in northern France again, and it seems to be doing quite a bit of damage, working with the Netherlands to try to take out France. But there's Chechnya still going at it. I want to see like whose troops it is actually doing the work. Okay, it's mostly wow, Turkey has a big army. I didn't realize that Turkey had this big of an army, or they're just pumping out tons of divisions right now. They must be low-tier divisions or something. They're almost at Moscow. I guess Spain left Catholic. Yeah, so none of these guys have been knocked out yet. I would say all of them still have some sort of a chance at winning. I mean, Islam looked really strong in Russia. You see all of those Turkish units. They've got to be running low on stuff or manpower or something. They do keep getting encircled over and over again, so that's not the best for them. Eventually they've got to run out of stuff. They're also pushing past Istanbul, trying to retake some of the Turkish Thrace, but the Balkan units are here to stop them. It looks like they're seeing resistance from Bulgarians and Greeks fighting together, which is quite nice to see, I guess. And that's 2 Turkish tank units encircled over here in East Thrace. That's a little dangerous. And they're both dead now. That Greek army totally capitalized on that. So that attack into Greece completely backfired on Turkey, even though their army is massive and they apparently left Islam. These guys keep flipping in and out of the factions. I don't quite get it. Also, Germany has appeared to have capitulated at this. And the Islamic push north, maybe... Oh, I see what happened. So Turkey left faction and now all their troops are encircled. Okay. Let me fix that, because that's kind of dumb. I don't want a country to lose just because of a really dumb AI move like that. I want it to lose because it's actually going to lose. Okay, so apparently Albania is only at war with the Catholics and the Protestants, not the Orthodox. Okay, so what must have happened was a Catholic landing happened in Greece, and Albania pushed them out and now occupies a piece of Greece. Good job, Albania, but you should probably get called into the rest of the war, you know, do your part. Okay, so Turkey is still in Islam. I'm making sure they're not leaving. Spain has again left Catholic. But so it does appear that their advance into Russia is petering out, even though their hold on this area is still incredibly strong. They got quite far into Ukraine, pretty close to Kiev, and as you can tell as well, dreams of taking Moscow have kind of sputtered out as well. Unless this tank could just drive up and do it, they could probably hit it before the Russians stopped them. And it appears that Paris has also fallen to Russia. Okay, Islam is making another major push. They're at Moscow again, and they're at Kiev again as well. I think it's because the Turks are working together with Chechnya again. They've stopped leaving the faction over and over. Also, who won on Cyprus? Looks like Orthodox won on Cyprus. All right, so what does that look like down there then? Just the one Cyprus man. Cyprus Marine Forces control the whole island now. And there goes Moscow. Fell to the Turks. Ouch. That hurts. To have the leader of the faction that's doing the best have their capital taken by arguably the least likely to win faction. Also, they've just capitulated France, who decided to leave Catholic. We'll probably see a peace deal pretty soon with the Catholics. I really did not... Oh, yeah, there it goes right now. Or with France. That was just the French peace deal. Russia took 2 states. Greece took 2 states. Brittany was puppeted. Corsica was puppeted. Okay, I gotta see where these states are that they took. I'm looking for what Russia annexed. Okay, here's one of the Greek ones. The Greeks have Reunion Island now. And they definitely have something else around here as well. I just can't find it for now. Okay, and Russia has Mayotte Island, if that's how you say that. If it's not, I'm sorry. And I can't find their other... Oh, here it is. Russia owns French Caribbean now. Nice. So there's some Japanese volunteers helping the Catholics. Does that make sense? I know they have Shinto and Buddhism, but of the Western religions, is it Catholic that they follow? Might be, I don't know. There's another peace conference. Okay. It was with the Catholics. They died. Rest in peace. The Protestants will fight on. Okay, so Russia took 14 states. Okay, so like a lot of Lithuania and Poland was all annexed. Also the Czech Republic. Tons of that was annexed into Russia. Belgium was annexed into Flanders and Wallonia. Flanders being a colony of Greece, by the way. Luxembourg is a puppet of Romania. Romania got... Wait, Romania annexed 13 states? Oh my god, Romania, you look disgusting, but I like it. I love it. Jace. Italy was puppeted, Hungary, Croatia, Luxembourg, Lombardy, Portugal, Ireland, Lithuania were all puppeted. Romania and Austria was puppeted. All these guys. I like how Venice also has South Tyrol. Looks kind of nice. It's a Russian puppet, though. Is it all for naught, though, because of this Islamic invasion from the south? They have a very strong hold over Moscow now, and it looks like they're going to capitulate Ukraine, which is insane. Turkey is a powerhouse in this game, apparently. Oh, shoot, Ireland is a Russian puppet now as well, under Orthodox control. So that's going to be a really easy invasion spot into Britain from if they were going to do that. Although Britain is completely undefended, so literally anywhere would be a good invasion spot. Looks like the entire Protestant army is up in Finland, which is just a few divisions. They're not defending Denmark or anything. Literally no one down there defending it. The Orthodox army, on the other hand, is really struggling to figure out how to deal with all those Turkish tanks, I guess. I mean, Islam looks unstoppable right now. It seems like the only way to stop them is for them to really run out of steam, manpower-wise or something. Which, that doesn't look like it's going to happen. By the way, looking at manpower, I would love to check the casualties. I think it just crashed, boys. There it goes. Let's see what I can recover. Alright, so we are back. I fixed the crash, and we're a couple months ahead of where we crashed. Now, I went on ahead and did something with the Islamist countries, especially Turkey. I made them all Islamist. Well, they weren't Islamist before. They were just the Muslim countries. As you can see, things are not going well for the Orthodox nations. Russia is almost capitulated, and the rest are next. But I just changed them all to Islamist so that when they do set up a bunch of puppets and stuff, I'd like to see the Islamic flags and Islamic leaders of all the European countries. Slovenia seems to have recently declared independence and is invading Italy. So that's nice. Is it on the Muslim team? I forgot that it joined the Muslim team. That's really funny. Slovenia is aiding the Muslims. Also, Bosnia has been liberated, so has Albania. It's just not going too well for everyone who's not Muslim. Also, apparently Albania just became a monarchy, and it controls most of Greece. So there you go. All right, Russia did just capitulate, which means I think the whole faction will probably capitulate here in a bit. Maybe France needs to capitulate first, because France is in Orthodox now. Also, strangely enough, it looks like Catholic reform with Portugal, Spain, and Ireland. This world is going to be so screwed up when this peace deal is done. There's already been multiple peace deals that changed Europe's borders multiple times, and a third one over with Islam or Islamist countries deciding is going to make it even better. And there seems to have been a peace conference. Hopefully it doesn't crash the game. Oh, and there it is. Everything is Islam now. Let's just look at this. Okay, so Slovenia has... Oh no, they have not annexed Italy, but they control most of it. Caliphate of Tours is now here trying to take back all of its territories. Okay, the Georgian Islamic State now apparently owns tons of this stuff in this region. Chechnya still does not, they have not annexed anything, nor has Turkey, I don't think. Yeah, they're all just occupying that central Europe over there still. But yeah, Romania is now Islamist. We have the Bulgarian Sultanate, Greater Greek Caliphate, Macedonian Sultanate, Albanian Kingdom still, Yugoslav Sultanate, then of course, okay, the White Emirate, of up north, and the Ukrainian Sultanate. Also Islamic Novorossiya. Beautiful. So we sort of have a reverse Reconquista over here. We have the Muslims invading down from France into Spain, conquering Spain for Islam against the Catholics. Holy Breton State of Allah, by the way, is the Brittany Islamic country. Alright, another peace deal just occurred. They've just divvied up Spain and Portugal, I think. Yep. Portugal is now a puppet of Islamic Romania, and that's the Caliphate of Spain. We also have the Catalonian Sultanate and the Basque Emirate. Whoa, and there's been more division over here. Romania still has all that stuff that it annexed before. Actually, some more too, I think. Plus some more Muslim countries have been released just as single states. Austria, Slovenia, Czechs, and Hungary. Veneto and Lombardy were re-released. Italy has now been re-released. It's a puppet of Turkey, though. So now to end the war, the Muslims have to figure out a way, I guess, just to get across the channel, and I'm not sure that's going to happen. So this has been a pretty fun video. Thanks for watching this if you liked this. Tell me if you want to see more videos like this. I was thinking about doing like a Europe and Africa one, or just another one of these except include North Africa and sort of like Central Middle East next time. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. If you like this video, make sure to hit like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys are new. And I will see you guys all next time. Peace.